Hello, and welcome to another NinjaBill Live. And I'm a little bit early, but we got a thunderstorm hitting us really hard right now, and I'm not sure if my electric is going to stay on. Living out in the country as we do, sometimes it don't work so well. So I thought I might as well get this out of the way. Let me quick type hello to everyone, and they show up. There we go. And so earlier today I showed how to accomplish this. So I may cover it again. And somebody just messaged me. Oh, it's Trans Aaron. I am live now. Talk to text. What a glorious thing. I don't know how I lived without it. Hey, if you've got the time, I am currently live at Was Patriot Prime. But anyway, today I wanted this one is I'll wait till people start showing up here, and then I'll start start the show sort of thing. Talking to the ninja niece. If y'all don't know, you've heard her voice in a couple of my episodes, and she actually did a review of the Titan Hero Soundwave. I suggest you all go check that out. The Ninja Niece is awesome. Somebody. There we go. So. Oh, hey, Transaren 38. I was just on the phone with the Ninja Niece and my brother, and I'm sort of waiting to see if anybody else shows up because, as you obviously know, Transaren, I'm going to be talking about customs in this episode of NinjaBill Live, and talking to the Ninja Niece. If you haven't, she's been in the background in some of my videos where she said hello. She actually did a review on my channel of the Titan Hero Soundwave, so that was pretty cool. She's a great kid. Well, she's not a kid. She's, I think, 19 now, so about to graduate. I'm going to go see her graduation. I think it's next week or the week after. So, great kid. Hell of an artist. Oh my gosh, is she a hell of an artist? Oh, she talented. Talented is a word thrown around by a lot of people, but she's it. Yeah, and coffee tonight. We got a hell of a thunderstorm rolling, so I decided to go live early because I might lose power. It's a thing that happens here. When you live out in the middle of nowhere, it happens. Uh, Optimus holding a big sword. There you go. And I did Megatron's sword, coated it in a nice extreme sheen silver. Otherwise, I haven't done any custom work to him at all, other than that weapon. So pretty cool. Pretty cool. So what are you up to, Transit? I can't wait to see that review that you showed me. I cannot wait to see. I won't say what it is and spoil it for anybody else, but I can't wait to see it. It's going to be awesome. Uh, oh yeah, that is a nice picture. That is. People who are not in the know is he's sending me pics. I'd show you, but again, I don't want to spoil his review. So, but it's awesome. It is really awesome. It is really awesome. Um, check out my new bling. It's been in a couple of my videos. I've yet to actually wear this thing. I haven't been anywhere nice enough to wear it, but I got a wedding to go to. One of my best friends, and they'll be wearing the. I'll be wearing the bling. And my brother says I'm currently watching Tenchi Universe. I'll check it out later. Oh, okay. Well, he didn't want to. Tenchi is good. Tenchi Muyo. People know him as Grim. That's what the handle he wishes to go by. Doesn't like his real name out there. Um, some people do, some people don't. And I'm getting a bunch of notifications here. I don't know what they're for. Oh, for my Facebook. Everybody seemed to like. I'll show you what everybody is getting. I'm getting notified about. Oh, you big brute. What I'm talking about is currently the largest Omega Supreme toy ever produced until the Siege one comes out, which is from 2004 Transformers Energon Supreme Class Omega Supreme. And he is quite huge. He comes up to, for example, he comes up to, well, let's see if I can hold them both up for the camera here. Whoop, whoop, there you go. That's how big this Omega Supreme is. He's huge. And he's currently, until the Siege one comes out, the biggest Omega Supreme toy ever produced. I don't count those IP theft wannabes in the 3P world. I don't count them. So, but yeah, big Omega. Oh, Larkin's Lair. How goes it? What am I working on? Well, this is sort of the subject of today's live stream is customs, and I'll show you a couple of customs that I made. And I figured I'd show off some of the stuff I. This is Cybertron Skywarp, only obviously completely redone, completely customized. I meant to put some insignias, Decepticon insignias here, but I just haven't. So this is. Oh, love them. Catch you later. Oh, okay. We'll see you. Have a good one, Trans Aaron. I can't wait to see your review of that character that I'm not going to spoil until you review it. But yeah, this is my custom Skywarp. Pretty awesome. And of course, this one everybody loves, and I've actually done quite a few for other people, and everybody wanted one the first time they saw it. And this is what everybody wants. This is what everybody wants. My custom RID Thundercracker. Because he is awesome. And there's his wings, obviously. So, I mean, Brave reviews later. Good. Brave series has some awesome mechs. And as well they should be, because Brave series is by virtue linked to the Transformers in a loose way, but they are linked. So same the same animators and artists used for both series mech design. So yeah. Anyway, pretty cool. So yeah. So when I'm doing customs, Brave is awesome. It is indeed. When I'm doing customs, I pretty much use a lot of tools. Basically, this is what this episode is going to be about: is the tools I use and the stuff I use. I'm cleaners, screwdrivers, the all-important nail file. Believe it or not, these are bloody damn useful. Of course, everybody has tweezers, screwdrivers. This is pretty much a three-prong picker-upper. Exactly, same G1 molds too. Yep, yep. And this is, it's actually a picker-upper used to pick up screws and whatnot, but it can hold characters fairly well. It's one of those things where you can use it to pick up heavy objects too. And then I dropped it. So they'll hold a good amount of weight. So some of the tools I use to customize, pretty good stuff. In creating those, I also keep a roll of TP around because I need to clean my brushes and whatnot. Painter's tape because you need to tape off stuff. I use this to blot my paint on my brush paint. I have that in my PC toolkit. Exactly. That's where I bought a couple of PC toolkits. You'll probably note the screwdrivers and whatnot. But I also use this because not only is it useful for picking up parts for computers, but also for holding stuff while you're painting it. pretty darn useful. Obviously, I showed off these paint pens. Now these are nice. They're a semi-gloss. They come semi-gloss standard, so they're nice. And I have a lot of them, as you can see. Well, these are currently all the colors, brush not included. But I have a lot of colors. I rarely use that orange and I rarely use that green, but they are darn handy. Oh, I left out the red, but I don't like this red. I don't like the red here. It's been useful, but not the right kind, especially with Optimus Primes. It's not the right red. And I'm dropping stuff. Obviously, you saw the brushes. I use a lot of brushes. I buy a lot of brushes. I buy them in bulk, and so because I use a lot of them. So it's very handy to have when customizing. Now, a lot of people will say that they'll swear by the airbrush, and they're right. Airbrushing is actually one of the better ways to paint. But as I explained in my last live event, I love the feel of a brush in my hand. I love the feel of a brush in my hand. It's just it's cathartic in some ways. Sir Hound, how you doing? Welcome. And so yeah, so and for example, this Thundercracker was done entirely with brush. I don't have an airbrush right now, but I have to get another one. Mine is busted good. But this Thundercracker was done entirely. You haven't used your airbrush in a while, eh? Yeah. I just like the feel of a brush in my hand. I do. And the thing is when using brush, and a lot of people, they just slop on the paint, and that's not what you do. A lot of thin layers of paint. That way you can still see all the molded details, like you can see right there. He's still got all those nice molded details. Is because you can achieve the same thing with a lot of thin layers of paint that you can do with a slob of paint. But with thin layers, you retain all that molded detail that comes in the toy. So, and that was important in this, that I retain all the molded details. Exactly. You got to go thin. You just can't. It can't be slopped on. They slop it on there, and then they'll try to brush out that big blot. And well, you can't do that. You can't. There's always going to be a blot there. So you want to start thin coats and just work your way out and work your way around, so you retain all the molded details that come in the toy that you're customizing. So because those molded details are important. And you don't want to blot them out. So, and if you use really thick paint, you might not be able, if it's a transformer, you might not be able to transform it again because all that paint will harden, and then you won't be able to get all your articulation and whatnot out of it. And you got to go thin. Painting rewards patience. You're right. You're right. Um, you're right. And it's the same thing with this one. So all that molded detail in there, you can still see all the molded details in this guy. You get it in the light just right. All those molded details are still there because this is about 3 coats of paint, really thin coats, but it's there. And when you start, the first thing you got to do is you got to give it a light sanding. I recommend about 15 on most Transformer toys, about 1500 grit or better. Start with that because it gives something for that primer to stick to. And in this case, I used a black primer and then just overlaid it with 2 layers of paint. So, and a lot of people just don't start that way. But if you ever paint a toy, you have to have something that paint will really stick to, because otherwise it'll just chip off. Um, so you want to make sure that you give it a light sanding. You don't have to sand it hard. Just give it a light 1500 grit or something, and then just start with light coats of paint. And if you have to do 2, 3, 4 coats of paint on there lightly, then so be it. You will achieve what you want. You just have to be patient. Even same thing with accessories, as you can see here. I wanted a better weapon for my Cyber Battalion Optimus Prime. So I had an extra one of these lying around from, I believe it's from one of the movie Optimus Primes, Mech Tech weapons. And so I just, and if this was thick paint, that Mech Tech weapon wouldn't work so well. But it does because, again, I start sanding and then I use light coats of paint to achieve the result. Another type of paint I use is this apple barrel acrylics. So mostly glosses. I do. Have you ever worked with epoxy sculpt? Nope, I have never done it. Um, I haven't done any personal sculpting yet. It's just not something I've tried. I'm not to say I'm not interested in. Another thing that I've seen done and never have done is dyeing plastic. I've seen a couple of customizers online and YouTube community who've dyed their figures, and that looked okay, complicated but okay. Um, I don't know. I've never tried it, and I've never tried sculpting either. So what's that like? Late turning in, but not out. Well, hello, Adamantium Matrix. I have yet to watch your sit rep episode. I'm going to do that probably later tonight if the power doesn't go out. The reason why I started this early is because we're right in the middle of a thunderstorm. I'm not sure you can hear it, but it's definitely on. It's definitely on, and we're talking customs. That's what we're talking about is customs. In case you didn't see it, Adamantium, this is one of the customs I'm talking about, my Thundercracker from RID. For paint dyeing. See, yeah, but like I said, I've seen it done, but I've never done paint. I've never done dyeing. Um, I know a lot of people who do 3D use 3D printing can will dye their plastics afterwards, and I guess that's okay. I can't speak from experience whether it's good or it's bad or what, because I don't know. I've never tried it. Just as like I've never tried sculpting. Oh, no problem, no problem. As I was explaining to them, I use different kinds of things to get you up to speed. I use paint pens. They're sort of a semi gloss paint though. They really are. They're nice. They're acrylic and they're nice. They're semi gloss is what they are. Um, and I was just showing off that I I had an airbrush. I busted it really good. Don't ask. It was my fat butt sitting on it. Anyway, I use a lot of paintbrushes. I buy them in bulk, as you can see. Um, Different kinds, different lengths, different types. Some are horsehair, some are not. You know, just depends on what I'm doing. Um, I showed off that RID Thundercracker custom. I've actually made like 6 of these and sent them out to people who bought them. I don't do them anymore, but I've made 6 of these guys. So this is the look. In case you haven't seen him before, this is a look at him, fully transformable, the whole 9 yards. Here's his wings. Now for him, I went back to the G1 look for him. The color I used here is called what is it called? I have it. I know I have it. Here it is. And I used an apple barrel, and it is called Award Blue. And that's the color that I wanted, Award Blue. And that, if you look at the G1 toy and match up, and I talked to this fellow, I forget where it was, I think it was on Facebook. We were talking, and both he and I agreed that the color the original toy used was called Award Blue. And this is that color for the original Thundercracker. So that's what I went looking for and got it. And that's what color he is. He is an Award Blue. And for that, I used a real red for the red on his wings. And of course, I just used a gloss white. And then once I finished, as I was explaining, I gave him a nice sanding. I used a 1500 grit. I actually have a video on how I did this. And I believe it's I think it was 4 coats of paint, 4 coats, light coats. And I highly recommend light coats of paint, not blots of it, but light coats of paint. That way you keep all that nice molded detail that you find in this toy, because there is a ton of molded detail. I'm not sure the camera is picking all that molded detail up, but there is a ton of it. And it's important that you use light coats of paint. That way, not only that, but you can keep all your articulation. Nothing will freeze, nothing will stick. And I used a flat royal blue on this and then covered him in a wet look. It's called a wet look finisher. It's a gloss overcoat, so really nice. Really nice. I really dig it. And then, of course, I did Skywarp here from Cybertron. And the color isn't coming out as rich on camera. It looks more blue on my camera. But trust me, this is a nice, rich, royal purple color. And it looks blue on camera, but trust me, this is a nice, rich, think the Cyber Battalion or the Cyberverse Shockwave color purple. That's what this is, but it looks blue on this camera. But trust me, it is a nice, rich purple. And another important paint to add. Let's see. I just wanted to ask, since I'm thinking of starting customized mainly Marvel Legends, but you know, oh, Sir Hound, yeah. Let's see here. Have you ever worked with epoxy sculptor? That's what you asked. And again, yeah, I never have. If you have experience with it, you know more than me about it. You know more than me. But another paint I highly recommend that you add to your arsenal, whether it be a spray or whatnot, is this color. And it is called Ice Blue. Now, this Ice Blue, if you look at the RID 2015 RID toys, you'll notice that Energon blue color they use. That's what this is. Ice blue. It's awesome. Awesome. Another color that a lot of people don't use and I recommend they add is, in this case, this is solid bronze, and this one is antique copper. They are great for like piping, tubing, wires, or little details on, like, say, for example, the movie pigs with all their exposed wires and whatnot, like the Leader Class uh, Studio Series Blackout. I use these kinds of colors for all the various bits and wiring in his mold. So they are nice colors to have. Message retracted, huh? Okay. But it looks great. Wow, for 4 coats. Very time consuming, but worth it. Exactly. But they're thin coats. That's what I'm saying. Is always use thin coats. Thin coats are better than, and a lot of people like to rush their customs. I've noticed it, and when they're brushing, they like to rush it. But no, you can't you can't rush it. You've got to use thin coats. You got to. And like I said, you get always handy to have painter's tape around. Toilet paper, believe it or not, very useful. You'll find yourself using it for a lot of shit, other than what it's designed to purpose. Shit. Once again, get yourself a couple of these guys. There it comes in like PC toolkits and whatnot. Larkin commented he had some. I have like 4 of these, and they're used to hold parts, and they will indeed hold parts. See if I can get for example, this is Shockwave here, and I just put this around there, and oh, look at that! I can hold that. So even weighty items, that thing can hold because they got tough springs inside of them. So you can do that, and then when felt the need to customize Takara Masterpiece figures. Well, I don't own any Takara Masterpiece figures. I own Skywarp, Ratchet, and I recently got the Hot Rodimus from Ugly Wretch. If you don't know his channel, you should go check him out. Good guy. He sent me MP Hot Rodimus. Pretty good. Total recall for removing tracking in the nose. What? Yes, exactly. There you go. I won't actually stick it in there. Gross. Oh, I think that's the Ninja Niece. By the way, the Ninja Niece, she's been in a couple. You've heard her in the background in a couple of my videos. She actually did a review on my channel of a Titan Hero Soundwave. I'll mention it again because she's awesome. The Ninja Niece is awesome. Good people. I quite enjoy her. Yeah. But oh, it's Patriot Prime. Oh, I'm at a baby reveal picnic. Well, I guess Patriot Prime won't be joining us. um, ever customizing an original character? Um, yeah, actually, I have. Actually, well, I did the tow line. I did the tow line into Ratchet. I did the tow line into Ratchet here. So, but as far as an original character goes, no, I don't. I tried with for video challenge from Master Far. I tried making an original character. He didn't think it succeeded, but I made this guy. I made this guy. I made a Cyberverse Megatron into an Optimus Prime. So yeah, kind of. I did. I did kind of create an original character. Hey, is a typo. What? A character of your own creation. Make an original character. Larkin's Lair said, I was thinking of making an original character and make a matching figure for him. Yeah, see, when I say, yeah, I've never really tried to create an original character. I got a friend of mine who has a 3D printer, and we kind of laughingly, jokingly talked about it. Um, he makes Gundam parts and whatnot, parts for Gunpla. And we kind of laughingly joked with a few beers down about making a custom transformer, but it's not really something you know name, background story, etc. Yeah. See, Linda Burley, welcome. Uh, nice. Thank you. But no, as far as creating an original character, yes, I've thought about it, but in actual practice, getting to it, not so much. Like I said, with a few beers in hand and my friend's 3D printer, we talked about it, but we haven't. We haven't done it. It's just not something I've done. Um, like, but yeah, these paint pens are pretty useful. But again, like I said, they're semi-gloss. They come out semi-gloss when fully dried. So if you do use them, you may want to put a gloss overcoat over them, whatever you're working on. But once again, I just love the feel of a brush in my hand. This is why I have buy and use so many brushes. It's because I just it's cathartic to feel that brush in your hand as you're working, and then seeing the end result. I mean, yeah, an airbrush is in many ways superior to a hand brush, but when you get something like this that looks like this, sure, I could have done it with an airbrush, but holding that brush, painting each and every millimeter of this toy is far more satisfying to me than just doing an air. Had I used an airbrush, I probably wouldn't love it as much as I do. It's just something about holding that brush in your hand and accomplishing this look is it's cathartic. It really is. I just really enjoy it. I don't know what else to say, but I really enjoy it. It's awesome, good, clean, fun. Well, clean being an operative term, but oh yeah. Have you seen this, Kato? My custom RID Star Scream into a Thundercracker. Pretty cool. There you go. We're talking customs. But yeah, so that's my Thundercracker, RID Thundercracker, because you needed 3 seekers in the group. One thing I also, and I'm glad in this new line, Thundercracker will be once again available in retail, not an exclusive. I mean, sure, he's been available in retail through exclusivity, and I am tired of seeing Thundercracker as an exclusive. I am tired of it. Hey, I know the feeling. I was eating supper right before this, so I made what's called it's called a cheeseburger pie. Basically, it's all the ingredients of your cheeseburger, your bacon. You get bacon bits, you cook up your hamburger and whatnot. You get some Bisquick, and some other ingredients in there. It's bloody delicious. I don't know what else to say. It's delicious. Oh, so Barnes and Noble, nice. Ooh, custom. Actually, now that you mention it, Adamantium Matrix, he said doing a custom slipstream would be cool. I actually talked about that with my brother, getting another Starscream toy and then repainting it, customizing it as Slipstream. So believe it or not, I've thought about it. Wish was working on my customs. What customs do you got that you're working on? Sorry, drinking my coffee. The storm's rolling real good. But you have my ox. There you go. Prime's got his big sword, his sword of justice. Her. There you go. But yeah, so I did custom work on him too. Oftentimes, as much as I love repro labels, oftentimes I can achieve sometimes the same things through paint. It just takes patience, time, patience, and and you develop skill. So everybody says it takes skill, but no, it doesn't. You develop the skill as you go. You learn as you go. Everything is experience based when it comes to stuff like this. So, but yeah, over there, Prime, and of course, like I said, I gave him an extreme sheen silver coat on that sword because I wanted a nice, bright, silver, shiny sword for my Megs. And like I said, in this Cyberverse Thundercracker, I was so disappointed with this toy. But, and again, on my camera, it looks blue, but trust me, he is a rich royal purple. If you've seen the Cyberverse Shockwave toys, that is the color that this is. For some reason on my camera, it's coming out blue, but this Skywarp is indeed black and purple. There you go. And again, I am very meticulous when it comes to painting because I use lots of thin coats. I don't use heavy coats. That way I keep all that nice molded details because I want to see those molded details, and people do too. So, and of course, I've showed off my custom Ratchet from Tow Line. Big. He's pretty cool. I dig him. I dig him a lot. I love Ratchet. Ratchet is my favorite Autobot. Shockwave is my favorite Decepticon. We all have our favorites. Ratchet is mine, and Shockwave is mine. So I can't wait to see what the Siege Ratchet will look like. Larkin has some great custom Siege figures. They look amazing. I've seen a few of them, not all of them, but I'll have to go back. Sometimes I'll go back through people's channels to look at some of their older vids, and yeah, he's got some interesting ones. Kato does too. He hasn't done much in the way of customs, have you, though, Kato? But so yeah, I mean, and then I did this guy. So I did a little bit of cutting on his head to give him the Optimus Prime look. But otherwise, yeah, I just created this sort of Night Ops Optimus Prime look thing. So that's just something I wanted. Like I said, again, I highly recommend some paints that people pick up. Get yourself a bronze, a nice bronze color. This is what this is. If I can get that glare off there. So, and this is antique copper. Very useful color. Very useful color. I enjoy it a lot. Again, one color definitely to have in your arsenal when you're customizing is ice blue. Get yourself some ice blue. A lot of what Hasbro uses for their Energon colors is ice blue. It's this color right here. Bam. Shattered Glass toy line. You know, I don't know much about this. To be honest, and absolute honest here is I don't know much about the Shattered Glass continuity. I don't know much about it at all. And that's just because I'm not, well, I'm just not, I've never read anything about it. I'm not very familiar with it. I don't know much about it. Yeah, see, I can't wait to see how that Siege Line Ratchet looks either. It's just about 3D party feet for Ironhide from Oh, you just bought 3D party feet for Ironhide from Deep Space Arsenal. Nice. I've yet to check. You know, Trans Aaron 38 and you guys, Trans Aaron 38 has a lot of videos where he has Deep Space Arsenal stuff. I've watched it all, and some of it I've actually really enjoyed and thought about getting. This was my post today on Facebook. Currently the largest Omega Supreme toy ever produced. He's a big one. How big is he? Well, for example, here he is next to Predicate. That's how big he is. He's darn near a Titan class already. And now the Siege one is coming out, which I'm really looking forward to. I'm not sure I'll be able to get it, but I ordered Jetfire, Skyfire, whatever you want to call him. And I've done a little bit of painting to this guy. So it's one of those things where, don't look there. You can see the slop that happened. Nope, don't look right there whatsoever. Don't look at that spot. Don't look at it. Don't focus it on a camera. Down on the table, and I've never bothered to clean it up. My chug PSA. Ooh, that sounds interesting. That does. What do you think about a shattered glass toilet? Other than the name Shattered Glass, I really don't. And that roller